Hello, guys. Welcome to Boxing Block Center, the home of Nigerian and African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and, of course, the subscribe button right now. And also go to the notification bell icon, click it, and select all. So that time I drop a new banger, a new exclusivity, you will definitely be notified. I'm right here with the legend, the living legend himself, Ike Ibeabuchi. I'm sorry that you cannot see me because the software I'm using now is a little bit complicated to explain. But as long as you can hear me, and I want the interview to be professional, that's why so people can hear me from the mic and stuff. But I will try to fix it as time goes on. So congratulations after
Thank you.
26 years, of absence from the ring. What happened. Many years of struggle, many years of resilience, many years of fighting for survivor, many years of trying to prove yourself again because people thought you don't have it anymore. But I'm really listen. I'm You don't know how much I respect you because I was just growing up when you had that fight against Chris Bird. You knocked him out cold, and of course, I've been a boxing fan before then, but you was always on my mind. I'm like, oh, when is he coming back? I was like, will he ever come back? If he comes back, will he ever fight again? Will he not be too old? I'm more impressed with your physique still being in shape. Do you know how hard it is? Even guys like Itaoma right now, 20 years old, don't have your physique. How, sir? How? How? What's going on? What's going on? First of all, how do you feel with that win? I'm very enthusiastic right now.
Yes, I feel good. I feel good. I feel great. Yeah, I train every day. I'm a boxing fanatic, a voter, as they say. So I'm a boxing student. I'm a voter and a fanatic of boxing. I was saying that I stay in put. I stay in the gym. I train, and I just love the game. And most importantly, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to the boxing ring again to fight and become a world champion. Said that I was a boxing fan. I'm a boxing veteran. I'm a student of boxing. That I'm happy to be back and I'd like to continue fighting to become a world champion. That's what I say.
So I heard you mention Usyk uh, at the post-fight press conference. I mean post-fight interview, not press
Yes.
conference. Uh, how likely do you think that would happen? I mean, Usyk's team, they are not responding to that call out. Maybe they feel because yeah, I think Usyk is beginning to act like a baby because he's on top right now. Uh, he's on top right now. Yet he's not giving the upcoming guys who do deserve a chance a chance. Parker, for example, is mandatory. He's not giving them a chance. Um, how do you view Usyk's legacy if he doesn't defend his title over and over and over again? Because the greats, the heavyweight greats like the Ali's of the world, the George Foreman of the world, the Larry Holmes, even the Mike Tysons, they defended their heavyweight title multiple times. And even Klitschko, for example, had a 10-year run. So what do you make of Usyk not really defending his title like that? Just going for the big fights, that's all. Like, would you say he's a top 10 heavyweight right now?
Yeah, you see, has displayed some ring generalship and championship caliber of a champion. I believe that he will defend. He has to because if he does not, he will be stripped. He will be stripped of the titles. It's a mandatory thing to do, and he's obligated to comply. So I don't think that he can avoid any defenses that were mandatory or those that were called upon by the general public, the masses. But again, he's done well. just stopped the boy, and I believe that he should get some rest, but not forever. I mean, it's not like he suffered any injuries on his last defense. He should be able to return to the ring in a short period of time, 2 months at most or three, not a year. He's got nothing to lose to fighting as a champion. Or they will, I mean, he himself should want to defend the titles rather than being imposed by the organizations to do so within a year. So he's got to want to to defend those titles, and that's what it is when you're undefeated.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Let's go back to your fight. After 26 years, like I said, you came back, got that stoppage. Was your intention? Uh, was your intention to knock Sir Afini out, or was it just go there, get some ring rust, and then you see what happens? Were you intentional about knocking him out, or was it just like let's see what happens?
I intended to be colorful. I intended to win, most importantly, but doing it in a colorful manner. Um, uh, I I knew I could overpower him. Obviously a heavyweight because a cruiserweight, so I knew I could overpower him, and I went there to I just stop him on, you know, later in the rounds. I don't know how durable, but he showed that he can box by moving out my way and making me come after him. I thought he was gonna come after me just like he did Tyson's return. So I thought that he was gonna rush me, but he didn't. He started boxing, so giving way. So, but yeah, in fact, my plans worked, but still he was durable. When the fight was stopped, he obviously had not suffered that much injury. No one has so far, but his corner people obviously felt that the fight was over and then they stopped it. He was a good opponent to come back with, but I would love to have another one. I hope by September I want to return to the ring.
So I want to talk to you about a fight that is taking place in Lagos. I think it's at Tesla Balagu Stadium as well. There is an event that's going to be staged there. I don't know if you know about Emmanuel Diase. He's a German Nigerian heavyweight born, very young. You might not know his name yet, but you will know his name as time goes on. At the age of 15, he was part of the likes of Deontay Wilder, the Joshuas of the world. He prepared Wilder for Fury, the first fight they had. He prepared him for that fight. He's gonna be fighting in Nigeria October 1st. That is an event that Amir Khan is putting on. I think I heard Joshua will be there. The likes of Richard Riakpo will be there. Moses Itauma, I heard, might be there. So all these guys are literally coming to Nigeria for the first time in a long time because a lot of them were born outside Nigeria. Odiase, born to a Nigerian dad and a German mom. Moses Itauma, born to a Slovakian mom to a Nigerian dad, born in Slovakia and then grew up in the UK. Uh, um, Richard Riakpo, born to two Nigerian parents in the UK. Lawrence Okoli, I heard, might be there, born to two Nigerian parents in the UK. Yeah, man, all these guys, a lot of them haven't been to Nigeria, apart from Joshua. Moses hasn't been there, Odiasa hasn't been there. Lawrence Okoli, I don't know if he's been there, I don't think so. Even Joe Joyce hasn't been there, but I don't think Joe Joyce is going anytime soon. I don't know. The last time I spoke to his mom, I did ask him about Joe Joyce's career, how he's going to what's going to do next. She said we should be expecting something, but we're still waiting for Joe Joyce to see what he does next because he's a very good asset to the heavyweight division. Of course, he's no longer in his prime. It happens, but yeah, don't you think you should be on that card October 1st, Independence Day? All these young Nigerian goons coming because I saw the sparring between you and Ajagba. I'm very pleased with Ajagba for the fact that he gave you the chance to spar him because a lot of fighters would have this ego and say, oh, Your time don't come out, man. You understand? You say, man, I'll go wound this whole papa. But I was surprised to see how competitive that fight, that sparring was. Ajaba is a top 10 heavyweight, even though they removed him and replaced him with Itauma. I think Itauma doesn't need to be a top 10 yet because Mati Bakole got beat by Ajaba beat Mati Bakole. Let's keep it real. But we know the politics of boxing. Turkey tends to like Mati Bakole more. Don't you think you should be on that card? Will you be able to be on that card October 1st? If it's possible, like there are people who can connect you with Amir Khan. Amir Khan is the one putting on the fight there in conjunction with a Nigerian promotional company there. What do you make of that card? Have you heard of it? Would you like to be on that card, sir?
I've heard that American is putting up a fight, but he's a different promotion from mine. I have prize fighting TV and promotions, so we do our things differently. And like I said, I am intending to have a fight September before even October would come. It's not about the youngsters that we are talking about here. It's about who has the belt and who's gonna give me a title shot. All these names you're calling is like just the word. I don't hear. I don't know all of them. It's not what I'm talking about. When I look at the heavyweight division, I look at who's got the belt, who's gonna give me a title shot. I'm not building my record. I'm 21 and also 16 knockouts, so I don't need to build a record. I need to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. These guys you're calling, they hadn't.
No, no,
They,
I'm not saying you should fight. I'm not saying you should fight
no,
them.
no, no, no. I don't understand why I should be related to them. I don't know who they were, and honestly, they're strange to me. What I want is a title shot, and Usyk is the one that I'm interested in because when you look at the listing, he is the top there. He's the champion, so heavyweight champion of the world, and that's who I'm interested in. So you're telling me all these kids, I don't know who they were. Whatever they are doing in the Lagos, they can do it here. I'm only trying to attend. The requisite challenge or mandatory that is required since 1997 when I broke loose amongst the tier, my class, when I became the top of the young heavyweight by defeating David Tour and were top 10. So I don't know all these guys. And Efe Joba was a gentleman to come to spar with me. We were looking for sparring partner, and he came because he was in town, and that was very generous of him. Otherwise, I don't think that I would have had you know, the interest for sparring any youngsters here. I'm only trying to prove myself and also squash the doubt that what could have been, could still be. I know I could be still a champion, notwithstanding my absence. So, you know, like I said, um, what is Usyk is the man that I'm interested in.
So my question about the Usyk matchup, if it happens, um, how would you approach that fight? So
Just like I did with Bird, Chris Bird and Usyk remind me of similar qualities, only that Usyk seemed to be taller or be bigger than Chris Bird. But remember, Chris Bird, when he became a champion, he actually gained skin and he became stronger and carried the heavyweight championship of the world effectively. And that's what happened when he became a champion. So Usyk and Bird are the same to me. And like I said, I'm gonna go after him the way I did with Bird, and probably with the way I am tenacious with being a world champion, can even attack him viciously more than I did with Bird. Because you see, is more aggressive than Bird. But before that's when I fought Bird. But when Bird became a champion, he became more aggressive. So they are the same to me, and I would both accordingly.
thank you, sir. However, Usyk does have a mandatory call out by WBO. Are you willing to wait
He's
or
gonna no. I thought he's gonna fight Parker. or
It doesn't look like he's gonna fight Parker. He's
why?
making excuses. He's saying he said that he needs time. That he's I think he has an injury. But then we saw him dancing recently. I mean, just dancing like.
He's a gentleman. I believe he's gonna fight. He's gonna defend his title. If it was a thing to his discretion to fight either Parker or anyone or me inclusively, I believe that he will make the right decision. Whichever, after all, that thing he did with the boy when he relinquished the IBF, who thought that he could do such thing? He allowed it. He didn't have 1 year. He hadn't expired 1 year after defeating Fury, but he went on and released the IBF. So he might as well release. He's gonna be able to release when he doesn't want to fight Parker. He might release WO. Doesn't want to fight me or Itoma. He might just at his discretion. He might release the WBC. He's got a bunch of belts. He can do whatever he
Okay, I know you're not interested in young stars, in fighting young stars. However, if, for example, Anitama gets the shot at the title, and let's say he gets his hands on the titles, will you be willing to fight?
Yeah, the WBC. If like I said, he's got a mandate for WBO, and as being a champion, he's got 1 year to defend those titles. Now, what I'm saying is that if he doesn't, he might do the same thing he did with the boy. Remember when the boy and who else were fighting, and Joshua, he released the IBF. The IBF title he released made it possible for the boy to be a world champion, or a two-time world champion. The IBF he released. Then I'm interested in the logics. I'm interested in the career, the repertoire, the modus operandi that he can release such certain belt. He's got four belts. He can release either IBF, WBO, or WBC. He can release them, and then then I'll be opportune to fight for them. I'm talking about myself because I've called them out because I'm legitimate in 1967. The WBC owes me that. I'm not saying that it's a compulsion if I hadn't met the mandatory, but the convincingly, Bisik rather than facing me can do some of the things he's done before. It is his repertoire, his modus operandi. He has relinquished IBF before than fight, and then later on recaptured it when he fought the boy just recently. You know what I mean? You got to give him his credit. He's done that. If push comes to shove, he can do it again.
Okay, sir.
And so it is no, his discretion. He can do that.
Okay, sir.
Or,
So,
or go ahead and defend it. Or,
who are we expecting you to fight next? Then, before those things are resolved, it will take some time. You know how boxing is sometimes. Who do
they
you
are,
expect to be fighting next? Who is it? Danny Williams guy again? He pulled out last time due to injury.
I don't know if he's recovered, but I'm saying though that I'm saying that you obviously you don't think that I can fight these young guys, but that's okay. Keep your opinions
No,
to
no,
yourself.
no, no. I want to fight all these guys because
Okay, that's it. Then I have a fight that is tentative this September,
okay,
not beyond September. Same place in Lagos. I'm gonna because we intend to run it. We intend to fight September, October, and then December. As we can get. The thing is that
yeah.
the fighters are declining. They are saying no. They
They
don't
are
want to.
afraid. They are afraid. They know that you will destroy them.
Well,
They still
it's
respect you a lot, so they're
yeah,
afraid.
yeah. So they are declining. So when we can get what we can get, we can do with what we can get. So we are trying to get as many opponents as willing to fight because we are cleared to December. I've got a boxing license that is gonna expire in December. So
Yeah.
we want to utilize that boxing license to make as much fights as we can and then submit to yet another routine of change. So we are good with what we've got now till December. So we want to make the best out of it.
Okay, that is nice. Sir. I'm looking forward to it. Whoever you fight, I will tune in. I tried to buy your fight last time out. I clicked the link and everything. I couldn't access it.
Oh, really?
Very sad that that's the case. But I wish next time they will make it accessible for people outside Nigeria to buy.
It was the first
Not
time. It was a trial that the second. This next one will be better. It will be better organized. I hope that there won't be any more. But people complain that they were unable to.
Yeah, I couldn't buy the fight. Like I couldn't watch the fight. It was very sad that I had to like I had to make way with what I have on I think on social media. If
Yeah.
not, my intention was to buy the fight because anytime you fight, I would definitely buy because I know what you bring to the table. You bring nothing but entertainment. You bring nothing but ferocity. You bring nothing but destruction.
Thank you. Thank
so
you very
So
much.
that is why I will, even if it's 50 euro, I will buy it. Just to support
Appreciate
you
that.
and the people because I'm happy that you are back in the game and that you are in good health. Because it's not easy at 52 to still be that fit. You are even more like I said you are more in shape than the young guys now who are fighting like the Talmans of the world. Look
Yes.
at them; they look bluffed up and stuff. But they are not. They don't look athletic the way you look, and you've been out of the game for over 26 years. You're
Yes.
still in that shape. So it's amazing to see what you've been through and what you've able to achieve. And I wish you nothing but the best. Just let me know when the next fight happens. The link to buy the fight, just send it to me on WhatsApp. I would buy it. I will send it to my friends, and we'll buy it.
Okay, I will do that. So I will do that. I appreciate your support, and I want my fans all over the world to know that the quest is still on to become the heavyweight champion of the world, and they should trust that. And I'm not gonna disappoint
Thanks, sir. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining the show, and hope to catch up with you very soon. God
them.
bless.
All right. God bless. Bye
God bless.
bye.